Angelica's birthday is such a fun Rugrats episode and quite thought provoking too. As soon as I saw the title of this, I knew it was going to be enjoyable. This is the second segment of the 13th episode of the third season of Rugrats, and I thought it would be about Angelica in her element, but it's actually not. I don't remember this episode from my childhood at all. I probably would have seen it at some point, but I loved it, so I'm assuming that I didn't see it that often. Or who knows, maybe my tastes have changed. Angelica's birthday has arrived and she's really excited about this. But then Drew kind of points out to her that growing up, which she's happy to be, she wants to be a big girl, but growing up isn't about just being able to do what you want. You have to be responsible and do things that you don't want to. And it was kind of a depressing talk. And I think all of us, when we're younger, dream about being older and growing up and being mature and having freedom and doing what you want. And then reality kicks in and you have to pay bills and go to work when you just want to, sit and watch episodes of Rugrats instead. And I really felt for her. And she decided, no, I'm not going to grow up. And she decided to regress and dress up as a baby. And she's wearing a diaper and with a bonnet on. And it's absolutely hilarious. I love the design of the character. I really like what they did to make her look, quite a bit younger. I also feel like she looked shorter. I don't know if that is literally just perception because I'm viewing her as a baby, so I think she looks shorter. But I swear her legs were shorter. Maybe it's because the diaper, comes quite low down on her knees. I'm not sure, but it was just an observation that I had. Yeah, and she is certain that she's going to be a baby and not grow up. And I thought it was so fun and really entertaining, and I think very relatable. Because every year as you get older, you realize that actually being an adult, while there are many great things about being an adult, I think most of us would absolutely love to just go back to that time, even for a brief period, where your biggest worry is, where is my next box of cookies coming from, as is the case with Angelica. And honestly, it was quite surprising the direction it took. I guess I'll discuss with spoilers now what happened towards the end, so just in case you haven't seen it. Actually, before I go in with spoilers, I will say I loved seeing the party get set up. Charlotte was in her element, ordering everybody to do everything. It was brilliant to see everything coming together. Stu, Chaz and Howard were the clowns, which quite funny that Chaz had a former life as a clown performer with Howard, given Chuckie's fear of clowns. I just thought that was quite ironic, but that was certainly visually very entertaining. But spoilers from now, I'll discuss what happens at the end because it's not what I'd expected. So at the end of the episode, she's sitting in a. Was she in a crib or a pen? I can't remember exactly, but she's in an enclosure, dressed as a baby, and the other children her age come in with gifts, Susie and the others, and they're there to celebrate her birthday. And she's still a baby, and I honestly thought something would have snapped in her mind and she would have been embarrassed about being a baby and that's how she would have got out of it. That's genuinely what I thought was going to happen, but I was wrong. And I don't mind being wrong because, well, what happened was still interesting. But yeah, it was not what I was predicting. We also have the other babies there and they're telling Angelica that it's great to be a baby and you don't want to grow up and there are all these great things about being a baby. They definitely take a very interesting position in this. They also have a bit of a back seat. Like, I feel like this could have worked completely without the babies in it. I'm glad they were in it, absolutely. But I don't really feel like they offered as much as they could have done. But the narrative still flowed very well. It developed well, brilliantly animated, very thought-provoking, a lot of fun. So far, 3 seasons in, it's one of my favourite episodes.